It's a pretty interesting time to be alive. What's the saying? May the times you live in be interesting. We have accomplished that.
More testosterone for your morning drive.
But when you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal, and they don't care. And everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now. And I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a motherfucker.
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay and
Boom, shakalaka boom. You're tuned in to the free range human show of choice, your daily dose of reality radio. It starts right now. This is the Clay Edwards Show. I am, of course, Clay Edwards, coming at you live here in the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios on 103.9 FM WYAB, also known as the 50,000 watt blowtorch, from right out of here in Flora, Mississippi, all across the airwaves, from east to west, from north to south, however far it goes. Hope you're having a great morning out there. Finally, not quite as cold as it has been the last, I don't know, feels like week and a half, 2 weeks. The temps were not in the 20s. I think it was 47 degrees. I don't even know why I got this jacket on, to be honest with you. Well, frankly, it doesn't matter how cold it is outside. Chip Matthews has that studio thermostat on about 78 when I get in here. I hope, like Hades, when I'm as old as Chip, that I don't think 78 is ever a comfortable temperature. Time to get off the blood thinners, my friend. No, I'm not confirming or denying that Chip's on blood thinners. He's just old, so I assume he's on blood thinners. I kid. But it is toasty in here. It is definitely toasty in here. Hope y'all are having a good morning out there. I can actually see this morning. Yesterday, I had like a little blurry vision for some reason. I didn't sleep good enough, whatever the case may be. But I can actually read the screen today. Shout out to the FAFO Army, already chimed in the Mazda of Jackson live stream, which, by the way, you can watch that over at Save JXN on YouTube, X, and Rumble. And we're also on the backup YouTube channel, so at Clay Edwards Show. So if y'all want to follow that, just in case YouTube ever gets a thorn in their side and suspends my current account, the backup channel is at Clay Edwards Show, which I guess in theory, if I'd had the foresight and I knew there was going to be a Clay Edwards Show, I would have just named everything Clay Edwards Show. It was never supposed to be a show. It was always just supposed to be pictures of or in video of Jackson. But what happened was we ran out of Jackson. We literally filmed and took pictures of everything, and my job there is done. We have expanded. We'll still talk about Jackson here and there, but I told y'all a few months ago, sometime last year, that the Save Jackson era of this platform is dead. I mean, we still have the social media handles, but I've changed them all to my name. But just the @ is Save Jackson. And we'll still, like I said, we'll still talk about big stories, because at the end of the day, I think people tune into the show for local content more so than national. But the national content has just been so overwhelming. And I'm just going to be honest. John Horn doing a good job in Jackson. Capitol Police doing a good job in Jackson. JPD doing as good of a job as they can do. They got a lot of DEI hires over there at JPD. And I don't mean just minorities. I mean just a lot of people who simply just got a job just because they're black or just because they're a black woman. Because there's a lot of folks over there that need the deck needs to be shuffled over there. They need to fire a lot of people or do a big rehire. I'm not talking about everybody. I ain't talking about everybody. There's some good folks over there now, but they're the shortest straw around here for sure. Y'all know me. Y'all call me a bootlicker. I support police. So I'm a bootlicker apparently, and I ain't licking that boot. Not today, Satan. But anyway, with all that said, they're still doing a tremendously much better job under the current mayor, John Horn. So I say all that to say they ain't giving us a whole hell of a lot to talk about. And I could nitpick. I could talk about a little this, a little that. But, I said that when John Horn got elected, assuming nothing crazy happened, I was going to give him a year just to figure out where the bathrooms are at. Just to figure out all the mess that Chokwe, Rakia, Amari Safari, Free the Land, Free the People, Republican of New Africa, just to figure out the mess they left behind. Because, if you'll notice, we ain't talked a whole lot about black folks on here. Not negatively, anyway. We'll say what we got to say. I ain't going to back down. If there's something I need to say, I'm going to say it. Much to the chagrin of a lot of people that would like for me to stop. But I call it out. I call a spade a spade. But we talk a whole lot about white people, too. So, one of the things I hope is that, like, the black folks that don't like me, that listen to this show, that follow me online, I hope what y'all seen over the last couple of weeks with these shenanigans going on up in Minneapolis, with these dumb white liberal nut jobs getting themselves suicided by the cops. I hope y'all see that multiple things, that the cops will, in fact, do the same thing to dumb white people that they do to dumb black people. They get themselves killed by the cops. Because y'all would always say, they wouldn't have done that to him if he was white. George Floyd still be alive if he was white. Hands up, don't shoot. Guy would still be alive if he wasn't white. If he was white. I think what we've proven is, equal opportunity FAFOers. They all are. And we have had a good time, talking about that. We have not ignored those stories. So, so I hope y'all seen now that we actually got some white people out there doing some really dumb stuff and they're paying the ultimate price for it. I hope y'all are seeing that we do, in fact, just hate criminals. It's not, we don't just hate black criminals. We hate the white ones too. We hate the Mexican ones too. If there's any Asians out there breaking the law somewhere, we hate them too. Haitians, Somalians, we hate all of them equally. They're criminals, not just the good people. The good people are good people. Good people, that's like when we move to the suburbs, we're not necessarily just moving away from black people. We're moving away from criminals. I live around a lot of black people. My neighborhood probably 50-50, 60-40, black, white. No crime. Because good people just want to be away from bad people. It's really just a class thing. And if you're low class, you just wouldn't understand. You think it's because of race and stuff like that. And it's just not. I don't want to live around white trash either. I'll be honest with you. If I got to pick between white trash and YNs, I'll take the YNs. I really will, because I understand that culture a little better. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. I know how to bob and weave around it. Now, I will say this, the white trash is less violent. Definitely, I probably ain't going to get shot by a stray bullet at a gas station when two white pookies get to having at it for some reason. So I don't know. Let me recalculate. Recalculated. Clay AI model here. I'm just not going to live around either one of them. How about that? I ain't going to pick. I'm going to take option C and just keep doing what I'm doing, working hard every day, paying my bills, not having any of my items repossessed or foreclosed upon. And I'm just not going to live around either one. That's my solution to that problem. It's not going to be a problem. So that's just my thoughts and opinions on that. The Ellis Autoplex text line is 769-241-1944. That's just in case there's any hood rats out there listening this morning. We got to say faux like that. Now, for normal people, the Ellis Autoplex text line is 769-241-1944. I was at Travel Through Crystals one time in Byram, and I was ordering number 4. I don't even remember what it is now. But this lady kept saying a foe. I said, what is this foe you speak of? I want a number 4. It comes after 1, 2, 3. Whatever you call that comes after 3, that's what I want. You call it a foe, a 4, a quattro, I don't care. As long as it's the 4 crystals, add cheese, no onions, and bacon, or whatever it was. I'm trying to think of what I would have got at Crystal's. Let's see here. Let's look on the Mazda Jackson live stream, man. See if we got any good chats over there. We're going to be all over the place this morning. It's going to be a fun show. Not going to get too serious to the second hour. We're going to have Andrew Allgosser, no breaks in here. And I want to get into this Epstein stuff with him. And I got some questions I wish I'd asked him yesterday, so I'm going to save those for today. Let's see here. That's just everybody talking to one another there. Just good morning to everybody there in the live chat. The Ellis Autoplex text line. Let's check it out, see if we got any text in yet this morning. I saw something hilarious this morning on the way in. And, there's some things you just never think you'll get to say on the radio. And, well, the radio gods shined a little light on me this morning. And I'm sure that the station manager is about to grip his steering wheel so hard and cringe his teeth, bite his teeth together and be like, oh, no, don't do it. Don't do it. So there's a guy, I don't even know the guy's name. It's a Raja something. It's like he's running to replace Dick Durbin, which I've always thought was a hell of a name. Whether you like Dick Durbin or not, it's a hell of a name. Dirty Dick Durbin. He'd have been a great wrestler with a name like that. Like old Dirty Dick Murdoch from back in the day. Anyway, so he posted this thing of some endorsements that he's gotten. And his first endorsement is I guess there's some county chairs, which I guess this is up in Illinois. I guess a county chair is like the equivalent of a county supervisor, maybe. Andrew Gosser could let us know. I bet Andrew Gosser probably knows this guy I'm about to speak of here. So you got Jim Eaton from Franklin County. You got Sean Ryder from Gallatin County. Then you got Betty Murphy, good old Betty Murphy, there from Henry County, and then from Henderson County. From Henderson County, you've got Dick Bigger Jr. Dick Bigger Jr. Now, there's a wrestling name, Dirty Dick Bigger Jr. You mean to tell me there's a senior? There's a bigger Dick Bigger up in Illinois? What a waste of a name to not be running for bigger office than to be a county chair somewhere. And Andrew texts in and says he does in fact know Dick Bigger Jr. I mean, you got to have a Dick Bigger Jr. show. What a waste of a name just to be a county chair. And look, if you want to see what he looks like, go look on my personal Facebook page. I do have a photo, and he's a farmer. He looks exactly what you might think a guy named Dick Bigger Jr. would look like. Let's take a break here real quick. I may or may not have a radio show when I get back. Hey, it's just a name. I didn't pick the name. His first name is Dick. Last name is Bigger. And it's followed by a junior, which means there was a senior at some point, and he passed all that along to his little Dick. We'll be right back on the Clay Edwards Show.
WYAB.
Hey, business owners, want your phones to ring away.
Get your name on the airwaves with Clay Edwards Show today. Tell the town who you are while they're driving in their cars. If you want your business to grow, advertise on the Clay Edwards Show. Contact info at WIAB.com. Contact info at WIAB.com.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness of Mississippi. At Women's Wellness of Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness of Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repair? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50-plus tequilas, 30-plus rums, and ready-to-drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon.
A new year means a new you with a new ride from Mazda of Jackson with our extended super sale. Chart your new course in a 2025 CX-5 before they're gone. Price to move with 0.9% financing for 72 months with approved credit. And see why it's the compact crossover that's built for you. Plus, get 1-year maintenance included on your new vehicle purchase. It's time to make the resolution to choose Mazda today. Shop online at MazdaJackson.com or visit Mazda Jackson on I-55 Frontage Road.
Men, if you answer yes to any of these questions, you could be suffering from low testosterone. Do you have low sex drive? ED, always tired, depressed, loss of muscle mass, obese, loss of focus and drive? You, my friends, need to get your numbers checked. Check out Men's Health of Mississippi, located in Madison, Mississippi, and online at menshealthms.com. Guys, get your numbers checked today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. menshealthms.com. Men's Health of Mississippi.
Pure Air Consultants offers services on your heating and cooling system. It's time to get your heating system serviced. We offer replacement, service, maintenance agreements. It's important because if you have a gas heating system, it can produce carbon monoxide. So you want to make sure you have your system serviced and cleaned to protect your family. You want to make sure your system is safe to run. You can find us at our website at mypureairconsultants.com, mypureairconsultants.com.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. This segment brought to you by our friends over at, how about our friends there at El Patrio Mexican Grill and Cantina? Swing by there today for lunch. Either location, Cross Gates, Brandon, right across the street from the Brandon Library and the Brandon Police Department, basically. Right in front of Cross Gates neighborhood. You know where it is. If you're eating over there, you know where it is. Then they have the other location right there in front of Dick's Sporting Goods in Dogwood, right there on Highway 25 or Lakeland Drive in Flowood. Easy to find. Very colorful. Big old patio. Got a big fountain on it. It's going to get up to 60 degrees today, so it should be plenty warm enough to get out there and eat on the patio, weather permitting. I don't think it's going to rain. Anyhow, but hey, look, patio, indoor, outdoor, don't matter where you sit. Food's going to be great. The drinks are going to be cold. The times are going to be good at El Patrio, Mexican Grill and Cantina. And look, I'm sure they'll have the big game on Sunday if you're looking for somewhere to watch it. You want to do something a little different, want some Mexican food, some chips, some sauces, some queso, some fajitas, some tacos, maybe a little enchilada, maybe like the chimichanga. I like a nice little chimichanga every now and then. Swing over there, check them out today for lunch or dinner. Always affordable, always great, always good service, locally owned and locally operated. El Patrio, Mexican Grill and Cantina. All right, let's see here. I don't really know where to go after that. Oh, let's see. We're in the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. Let's keep it lighthearted for a minute. We're going to get into all the Epstein stuff again in hour 2. But here in hour 1, I tell you what. I do want to talk a little wrestling. I want to talk a little Monday Night Raw and Royal Rumble. I didn't get to it yesterday, but we'll save that for a minute. We'll save that. We'll hit that with Andrew also. He's a wrestling fan. So we'll save that for hour 2. I will say this, that promo battle between Roman Reigns and CM Punk last night is the best one-on-one promo battle since Stone Cold and The Rock, going back almost 30 years. So that was phenomenal. That was cool to see. I enjoyed that. That was old school. Whether you like them or not, if you like that kind of stuff, it was entertaining. Good job there. Anyway, we'll talk about that more with Andrew. So let's go to Jackson. I said we don't have a whole lot to talk about with Jackson, but I didn't say couldn't make fun of the Hinds County judicial system. Somebody dropped the ball here. I don't know if it was Capitol Police with their investigation or if it was Jody Owens, the Hinds County DA, with the. I'm not sure what happened, but the two of the 3 men, these are the 2 brothers that were previously charged in the St. Patty's Day shooting, are now out of jail after a grand jury doesn't indict. We're going to pull this up because I'd rather just WLBT play it for us than me have to read it, because the video is 3 minutes long, so it'll take me longer than that to read it. So let's cue this up real quick. There wasn't a video to this last night when I saved it. I'd already have it queued up, so they've updated their program here with they've updated their story with the video. So let's see what WLBT has to say about this, and then I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on this whole crap show in live time.
Continuing coverage now of that story you first saw as breaking news on the WLBT News app. Imagine spending nearly a year behind bars for crimes you did not commit. That was reality for Michael and Marquavius McLeod, and until now, a grand jury clears them in connection to a deadly mass shooting in downtown Jackson last year. Now, police charge them with murder and 6 counts of aggravated assault. 3 on your side's Quentin Smith has followed this case for you since it began from the very beginning. And he tells how the McLeod family is reacting to the decision and what happens next.
10 months. That's how long Michael and Marquavius McLeod spent behind bars here in Hinds County. The brothers were released from jail last week. Although they're home now, family members are calling it a bittersweet moment, knowing they can get back the lost time.
I just can't imagine how they feel just being locked up. That was stressful.
LaQuinta Barnes says the past 10 months have been a nightmare, knowing her nephews, Michael and Marquavius, were charged with a crime she says they did not commit.
You can tell they moved it at the fact of like just saying they wanted to arrest somebody. That's wrong. You just can't sit out here just be arresting anybody just to say y'all did it. That's wrong.
After spending nearly a year behind bars, the brothers had their charges dropped after a grand jury returned a no bill just last month.
Now I'm gonna go out on a limb here and guess they didn't just randomly pick these 2 guys out of the crowd and say, well, they'll work. They're black, get them. That ain't how that went. And where's the mom and dad? Why the aunt speaking for them?
Meaning they did not find enough evidence to take the case to trial. But even with her nephews free,
get your 12 white folks and take the ish to trial. Oh, sorry. Every time I hear that, I think of the last Mr. Biggs. Time to go to trial.
Barnes says she still does not consider this justice.
It's hurtful once again because they lost time. You had somebody that lost their life, and my baby was shot multiple times.
That deadly shooting happened March 22nd near the intersection of Pearl and Lamar Streets in downtown. 21-year-old Cortez George was shot and killed. 6 others were injured. This is video of that incident. Barnes says her nephews did not start the shooting. They only shot back in self-defense. Barnes now taking issue with how Capitol Police handled this case. In fact, she says she tried giving them evidence proving Michael and Marquavius are not the suspects. Carlos Tanner, who is representing Marquavius, accuses the department of being in a rush to make an arrest, saying, based on our thorough investigation of the facts of the case, it would have been better if, instead of trying to be first with an arrest, Capitol Police had been focused on being correct about who they arrested. A third person has also been arrested in this case, 19-year-old Kanye Davis. He's still behind bars, charged with murder and 7 counts of aggravated assault. Quentin Smith, 3 on your side.
And despite this outcome, Capitol Police Chief Bo Luckey maintains his officers did a thorough investigation, saying in part, "We can't speak on why the grand jury does or doesn't indict somebody. We present the case and they choose whether or not they feel an indictment is necessary." Now you can see the full.
Because I don't trust the Hinds County grand jury. I give you my thoughts and opinions on this. I believe that a Hinds County grand jury, then this is where race comes in. This is where y'all gonna get mad at me. But you know what? So be it. I don't know the makeup of the grand jury, but let's just be honest now. Y'all be 100 here. There's a lot of folks out there that just want to let these young black boys off of these violent crimes. There's a trend to that in Jackson, whether it's the black female judges like Adrian Wooten, or if it's these grand juries, they'll get these black women on there and they get sympathetic. They start thinking, man, that could be my baby. They didn't do nothing. And, you know, even if he did, he deserves another chance. And they let these folks off. They don't indict them. That's how I believe that goes down. I ain't saying that's what happened here, but you know what, I am saying that's what happened here. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to tiptoe around it. The boys literally said, my baby had to shoot back. They was the victims. Now, why is the other guy with them still in jail? There's a lot going on here. Now, if they say, first off, okay, let's play this through here. Let's play this through. I got to do my hand motions now. You know, you bring your hands to and from each other. That's, you know, it's about to be serious. Like when a white liberal woman does this, when she does a little squishes her fingers together, you know, like makes the talking things. You know, it's about to be serious. That means she wants you to shut up and listen. So I know if you're listening on the radio, you're not getting the full effect of this, but you should be watching the Mazda live stream sometimes just for cinematic value here. But when you decide to return fire in a self-defense situation, you are responsible for everybody else you shoot. So you better hope you just shoot and kill the guy that shot you. You can't accidentally shoot 7 other people and claim self-defense. Ask the boy that's up in jail right now for the shooting at the St. Patty's Day a couple years ago. Jenny Lucan's boyfriend. His name is eluding me off the top of my head here. You know, after watching that video, after watching everything I went back and watched when I interviewed Jenny, I believe that if he hadn't killed Jubilee Simpkins, he wouldn't be in jail today. It would be self-defense. But when Jubilee got killed, he lost the ability to claim self-defense. Like, even if he had got off of the one for killing the guy, he would still be in jail for killing Jubilee. So I have no idea how these guys are walking free when they literally are admitting to unloading in self-defense. somebody in that grand jury said, or somebody at that DA's office told the grand jury that they wanted a no bill, or they didn't have enough evidence, or whatever. Seven people got shot, one got killed, if I heard that right. By all definitions of a mass shooting, it was a mass shooting. And you mean to tell me that two of the people who are on video, or their representative is on video saying that they had to shoot back to defend themselves, are free? Again, I'm all about self-defense, but I know good and well, if I walk out in this parking lot right now and somebody pulls a gun on me or somebody shoots at me, and if I retaliate and I shoot anybody else other than them, I'm in trouble for shooting them. You're responsible for every bullet that comes out of that gun. Let's take a break. We'll be right back here on the Clay Edwards Show.
.1039 WYAB.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB. Pocahontas, Jackson.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrillo Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrillo is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrillo's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrillo and taste the traditions. El Patrillo, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
Your pool should be something you enjoy, not something you fight with. Hi, I'm Darren with Elite Pools. At Elite Pools, we do more than just service. We take care of everything your pool needs, from your routine maintenance to your full repairs, upgrades, and even complete transformations. If your pool needs a little attention or a fresh start, then Elite Pools can bring it back to life. Visit Elite Pools online at elitepoolsms.com. That's elitepoolsms.com. Or give us a call. At Elite Pools, we keep you swimming.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
This Valentine's, guys, it's one stop and you're done. I'm John.
And I'm Corey Ravenstein.
At Juniker Jewelry Company, we have thousands of ways to say I love you without you having to say a word.
We are Mississippi's largest fine jeweler with case after case of rings, pendants, earrings, colored gemstone pieces, all at the lowest prices in the state.
Diamond studs from just $195.
Juniker sterling silver pieces start at under $250.
And our signature colored gemstone pendants starting at just $275.
Diamond pendants for under $995 and diamond tennis bracelets for under $2,000.
Maybe it's time for that diamond. Juniker Jewelry Company is Mississippi's direct diamond importer with more loose diamonds and settings than any store in the state.
Guys, it's one-stop shopping and you're done.
This year, this Valentine's, come to Juniker's.
Your one-stop Valentine's store.
Juniker Jewelry Company, 1485 Highland Colony Parkway in Madison and junikerjewelry.com, Mississippi's direct diamond importer.
Get ready, Jackson. On Friday, February 6th, Martin's Restaurant downtown cranks it up with Pretty Tied Up, the ultimate Guns N' Roses tribute band. Hear all the classics like Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City, and more. Played loud with full 80s rock swagger. Don't miss a night of pure Guns N' Roses energy, live at Martin's Restaurant downtown in Jackson. Visit the Martin's Downtown Facebook page for ticket information.
Since 2012, Brentech Solutions has been keeping Central Mississippi businesses connected and protected. From secure data backup and cloud services with Synology to reliable network design and maintenance, servers, and business Wi-Fi, Brentech truly does it all. Brentech is your Ring Pro partner and smart home automation solutions provider. Brentech can handle Microsoft 365 support and even Starlink. Visit brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. IT solutions that work.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studio. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show here inside the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This segment brought to you by our friends. Man, we're going to push it hard this week, guys. This Friday night, Martin's downtown, Pretty Tied Up, the rock star tribute show to Guns N' Roses. Get down to Martin's and hear all of Guns N' Roses' biggest hits live in person. I got a few little details up here. Let me just read you their little promo for this thing. It says, Jackson, Pretty Tied Up, all-star Guns N' Roses experience featuring members of Enough's Enough, that's Chip Z'Nuff, the singer, and Adler's Appetite are at Martin's downtown this Friday, February 6th. Tickets are available there on their Facebook page at Martin's Downtown. Get ready for the most authentic Guns N' Roses experience with Pretty Tied Up, the nation's top touring tribute show featuring members of national acts Enough's Enough and Adler's Appetite. This powerhouse band delivers the look, sound, and energy of GNR, most explosive MTV era reign. From the searing guitar solos to the incredible vocals that capture Axl's signature wail, Pretty Tied Up recreates the magic of GNR with the jaw-dropping precision. Dressed in full 80s rock regalia, they bring the swagger, the attitude, and the fire that made Guns N' Roses legends. Expect a high-energy set packed with all the classics, including Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City, November Rain, and You Could Be Mine. Whether it's a festival, a theater, rock club, Pretty Tied Up delivers the ultimate GNR experience. I don't like reading things like that, but I wanted to make sure I didn't miss any details. Look, if you're a GNR fan, and look, it's not going to be no late night either. I want to say this thing starts a little early, at least by us old folk standards here. Thought I had the time. But anyway, I would just plan to get down there and be a part of it. Let's see here. I got the time. I thought I did. All right. They go live at 10. So disregard what I said about it being early. But you know what? Breaking rules when necessary. Get out there, enjoy a good time. Martin's this Friday night. Going to be a big old party. Martin's got a lot of good stuff, man. We're going to be teaming up with them to promote a lot of these big events they got coming to both venues. That's right. Livingston is going to be doing some fun stuff too. Stay tuned for that. But for all of February, we're going to be pushing downtown Jackson really hard. They got the GNR tribute this Friday. They got the Super Bowl this Sunday. Now, let me tell you about that real quick before we move forward. Both locations, Livingston and downtown, they're doing a big hog roast at each location. They ain't smoking a hog at one and taking half of it to the other. They smoking two whole hogs. It's all going to a good cause. So get out there. You're looking for somewhere to watch the Super Bowl Sunday. Either Martin's location. It's their annual Super Bowl hog roast. I don't think we're supposed to say Super Bowl. The NFL is so weird. Unless you're a paid partner, you're supposed to say the big game. But here's the deal. WYAB is the official home of the Super Bowl. That's right. You can watch, listen to it right here. Even if for some reason you're not in front of a TV, you can listen to the Super Bowl right here on WYAB. So we can say Super Bowl. At least I will, until told otherwise. So this Sunday, Martin's, both locations. Big Super Bowl hog roast. Man, that sounds fun. Which one will I go to? Downtown's closer to the house, but I really love the Livingston location. We shall see. Stay tuned. All right, I didn't mean to go so far down the rabbit hole there talking about all that, but I want to make sure we push it, man. These guys that stick with us, these sponsors that ride with us, and they get these big events, we like to make sure we push them. You don't know about them, you don't know about them. They pay me for you to know about them. So that's that. Let's see here, man. What are y'all's thoughts on that last story? I got a couple texts in on the future rocket scientists, engineers, and astronauts getting a free pass on not being indicted. And let me say this now. If they're innocent, they're innocent. Innocent till proven guilty. But based on what we just discussed there in that last bit of that, with if they returned fire and innocent people got shot, they're not innocent. So anyhow, let's see here. Grump in Clinton says, what do you think the odds on favorites are for these two to end up back in jail within 12 months? So I want to say something, and I got a couple versions of that same text there. I saw it on the live stream, on the Mazda Jackson live stream too. These guys, I don't know if they're your typical future rocket scientists, engineers, and astronauts. One of them was a cop at UMC. I'm not sure what the other one was doing. I guess what I'm saying is I don't know that they're real thugs. I think they may be studio gangsters that got caught up in a situation. Now that don't make them any less stupid. That don't mean they won't do it again. But they were working. They weren't out being dope boys, but they were stupid enough to go to the parade and get into a situation where they just started allegedly shooting people. So we'll see. We will see. They were young too, like 18, 19 years old. I didn't even know you could be a cop that young. He was. One of them was. I don't know what the other brother did. The odds of two brothers being raised by the auntie. So let's see. Let's look at the comments here on the Mazda Jackson live stream. See what folks are saying. Says some feel that their half-hated heroes brought them here to weaken. Oh yeah, sorry, that's a little off topic. Anyway, let's see. Speaking of the Super Bowl, it's this Sunday. Who do y'all like? You got the Seahawks and the Patriots. And I believe the Seahawks opened up as like a 4.5-point favorite. So I like the Seahawks on this one because I like Sam Darnold. That guy's been booted around and passed around. Teams didn't think he was good enough, even though he won 14 games last year as the starter of the Vikings. They had a bad playoff game, and they're like, let him go. Let him go. Winning 14 games in Minnesota ain't good enough. We can win 14 games with anybody. Well, they didn't even make the playoffs this year with that guy they drafted out of Michigan. So, which their GM lost his job after Sam Darnold won the NFC Championship game. The owner of the Vikings said, "You know what? You're fired too." Another DEI hire got fired. So I'm pulling for Sam Darnold, but I don't dislike Drake May and the Patriots either. I still have a little Patriot fatigue from the 2000s. From the last 20 years, I just still got a little Patriot fatigue. Even though I was pulling for Tom Brady there at the end of his career because he kind of beat respect into me. And I will. I mean, you have to call Tom Brady the GOAT. I mean, if you by every measurable category, he's the GOAT. I mean, he may not have the most passing yards or most touchdowns. I don't even know, but he's got the most rings, and he's the GOAT. It is what it is. And I think once he left and won that Super Bowl, Well, he took Tampa Bay to the playoffs 3 years in a row, won a playoff game every year, went to the Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl. I was talking to my dad about that last night. Sean turned me on to there's a great documentary. It's a 10-part documentary on Amazon Prime about the history of the Tampa Bay Bucks. And what it really reminded me of was just how great Tom Brady is. Think about this. Now, it was the COVID season, but that playoff run where they won the Super Bowl, he may have gone through the greatest gauntlet of future Hall of Fame quarterbacks to win a Super Bowl than anybody in history. Now, they opened up at the Redskins on the road. I don't know who the quarterback was for the Redskins in 2020. If somebody can look that up, let me know. Who was the starting quarterback in the playoff game against Tom Brady during the 2020 season for the Redskins in the wild card game? He then had to go to New Orleans on the road and play Drew Brees. And I want to say they were the number 1 seed that year, or number 2. So beats Drew Brees in the Dome. Granted, there was nobody in the Dome, a couple hundred people, whatever. It was still a road game. It was still a great Saints team versus a great Tampa Bay team. Beats Drew Brees. Then he has to go up to Green Bay. Beats Aaron Rodgers in his prime. I mean, just as good as Aaron Rodgers has been. That is peak Aaron Rodgers. Beats Green Bay. Goes to the Super Bowl. So they were the wild card team. They had to play all those games on the road. Then they get to go and play the Super Bowl in their home stadium. Like, we were the road team all through the playoffs, but we get the home Super Bowl. How cool is that? And then who does he beat? Patrick Mahomes, the defending NFL champion, the defending NFL MVP, I think. Kansas City had beat them earlier in the year. And then they beat Kansas City in the Super Bowl. I'm just saying, I can't think of a greater run through the playoffs to win a championship. And for me, that's what rubber stamped GOAT on Tom Brady was that run through the playoffs, through those. Like I said, I don't remember who the quarterback was for the Vikings. Have y'all told me in the comments yet? No, but I'll find out here during the break. Anyway, Brady's the GOAT. It's not even up for debate. We'll be right back on the Clay Edwards Show.
.1039 WYAB.
Here at Lake and Glass and Tint, we've become well known for 2 things: window tint and windshields. Now, when it comes to window tint, you already know that we're the go-to for home, car, and office. And as always, we offer free consultations. So if you're in the need of window tint or windshields, give us a call, 601-946-1000. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram or at lakeandglassandtint.com. Lake and Glass and Tint, where quality matters.
Back in 1984, we started the fast service oil change. And for over 40 years, Rapid Oil Change has been the leader in oil changes and fast service. We accept most major fleets and offer local 30-day in-house accounts as well. We do more than just change oil. From tires, wiper blades, tire sensors, just to name a few. Don't forget to show your ride some love with a trip to our Laser Wash 360, the best touchless wash in town, open 24/7. If you're not driving hard with Castrol Edge, come see us today. 6 locations, 6 days a week. We're ready to serve. OilChangeMS.com.
What are people saying about Tom's Fried Pies in Richland?
I'm on a diet. I don't want to be down there at Tom's Fried Pies. We had a good time. When I tell you the crust was flaky, I'm talking about buttery. This was nothing like I've ever tasted. Ever. I mean, I've never tasted anything like that, man. It was nice. Atmosphere was nice. Everybody there was nice. Because I'll be back, even though I don't supposed to with my diet. I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Tom'sFriedPies.com. Tom'sFriedPies.com. I'm speaking with Lee Bounds of Rapid Rate Mortgage. How does real estate agent Rita Jensen succeed when time is of the essence?
In today's market, it is so important to communicate and close on time. Typically have 30 days to close, get a home inspection, appraisal, title work, that kind of thing is a mortgage process. And a realtor relationship is so important. With a realtor like Rita Jensen with Remax Connection, she helps us to close on time.
RitaJensen.net.
Looking to make technology work for your business instead of the other way around? Visit brentech.ms today. From reliable network infrastructure and wireless internet to cloud or on-premise backups, Brentech has solutions that keep your business connected, secure, and running smoothly. Don't let tech headaches slow you down. Discover how Brentech can simplify and elevate your business at brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. Brentech, technology made easy.
When seconds making a play, Short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together. Burgers, blues, barbecue, the name says it all. At our spots in Madison, downtown Brandon, and Flowood at Dogwood, dive into mouth-watering, award-winning burgers and barbecue like our tender brisket and savory pulled pork that'll have you licking your fingers clean. Our B3 Catering Company can handle any job from 5 to 5,000 people and with 2 food trucks ready for all your special events. Check out the all-new burgersblues.com to view our full menu, order carryout, and delivery by locally owned Take a Break deliveries.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studio. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. Got a text there during the break or during that last segment as we get ready to go to a break here. And look, I know a lot of y'all are still just real salty at the NFL. And look, I am too. But the text reads from unknown text on the Ellis Autoplex text line. Don't care for the rigged woke NFL anymore, but who makes the decisions on who performs the halftime shows because they make terrible decisions these days. Ironically, Jay-Z makes the decisions on who is in the halftime bowl, and the Jay-Z is definitely all up in the Epstein files, as well as the owner of the New York Giants. And they don't have no little asterisk by theirs that says these allegations have been debunked like Trump does. So the NFL, look, I like the action on the field. I don't care for all the rigmarole, but I'm not going to let a bunch of woke nut jobs. I've gone through this. I've struggled with this because I tried to not watch the NFL too. And I'm not going to give up things that I love because of some woke nut jobs. I can just ignore them. We'll be right back with Andrew Gosser.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB, Pocahontas, Jackson.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. New developments in the search for Today Show host Savannah Guthrie's mother. Pima County, Arizona Sheriff Chris Nanos is now calling Nancy Guthrie's disappearance over the weekend an abduction.
She didn't go willingly. This is an 84-year-old lady who, in the middle of the night, while she's asleep, is taken from her home.
Still no motive. Officials have set up a tip line. They're offering a reward of up to $2,500 for images, video, or information that leads to an arrest. Savannah Guthrie is in Tucson working with police to find her mom. President Trump is asking lawmakers to end the partial government shutdown that started Saturday. Senators advanced the bill without money for the DHS. Correspondent Nicole Killian from Capitol Hill.
The House is expected to vote today on a funding measure to end the partial government shutdown. It would fund several key agencies like the Defense and State Departments, but it would only fund the Department of Homeland Security for the next 2 weeks to allow lawmakers time to negotiate reforms to ICE.
$20 million to pay for agent body cams are already in the bill. The city council in Portland, Oregon is condemning the use of tear gas by federal agents during a family-friendly protest Saturday.
City Councilor Ilana Pirtle-Guiney says seniors and kids in strollers were at the daytime rally outside an ICE building.
There is never a justification for tear gassing children. There just isn't.
Councilor Mitch Green is an Army veteran.
It was probably one of the most intense tear gas exposures I've ever dealt with.
Councilors are asking residents who were targeted with munitions during the rally to contact them. They're also looking to cancel ICE's city operating license, but that could lead to a long, costly legal battle. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Analysts are weighing in on Elon Musk's decision to merge SpaceX and AI into one giant $1.25 trillion company. Among them, CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
These are obviously two very different companies, with SpaceX operating satellites, reusable rockets, and spacecraft, while XAI is training large language models to compete against OpenAI, Anthropic, DeepMind, and all the other artificial intelligence companies out there.
French prosecutors say they searched the Paris offices of Musk's social media platform X today as part of their investigation into alleged offenses, including spreading child pornography, deepfakes, and Holocaust denial. Musk and his former CEO, Linda Yaccarino, have both been asked to attend voluntary interviews in April. Dow futures down 16. This is CBS News.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. After my husband died, the last thing I wanted to think about was money. Ethos made it affordable to get life insurance. Signing up was fast and 100% online. I knew that I could pay our mortgage and have food in the fridge. I could focus on my kids. No one ever tells you how much you're going to depend on that policy. I am so grateful we had coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/life. That's ethos.com/life. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-959-3388. That's 800-959.
News brought to you this hour by Lee's Old Country Store Antiques and Collectibles on Highway 22 in Flora. The Childress sisters have treasures new and vintage.
When a school bus and SUV meet each other on the highway. Rain is likely by this afternoon with a high at 61. Tonight, rain is likely again with a low at 35. Rain is gone by Wednesday. It's partly sunny and 47. The next freeze is Wednesday night, but it warms right back up after that. With news on 103.9 WYAB, I'm Chris Davis. What caused the wreck between a school bus and an SUV on Highway 463 at Stribling Road in Madison County was still unclear, according to the Highway Patrol. But neither the driver of the bus nor the kids were hurt in that 2:30 p.m. Monday wreck. All three people in the SUV ended up going to UMMC. 18-year-old Jaden Graves, who was a student at Jones College, was tracked down and arrested after a tag reader alerted the police there that his vehicle had been connected to a homicide in Fort Worth, Texas, say police. Graves had a warrant for his arrest and will be sent to Texas to face the charge. If all of the approvals go through, a new conference center could be built in Ridgeland, along with a hotel that has 250 rooms and 4 restaurants. And that could make Ridgeland a conference destination for Mississippi and beyond. That would be built at the Prado Vista at Ridgeland Development. The paperwork was started Monday. Tippah County was one of the hardest hit by last week's storms, with many people still not having lights. And that's where the 500 generators sent to Mississippi by XAI and Elon Musk are going, says the Mississippi Emergency Management Agency. That part of Mississippi is where Governor Reeves spent part of his Monday, also thanking Musk on Facebook. Gas in Mississippi is now $2.38 on average for a gallon of regular, says Gas Buddy. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
This Valentine's Day, be the hero without the hassle. At Green Oak, we're the Valentine's Day experts. We know exactly what she wants, and we make it easy for you to get it right. Choose from stunning hand-designed floral arrangements and gifts online at greenoakms.com or visit us in-store in Jackson next to Palm Bridges Park or in Ridgeland at the Township. Green Oak does all the work. You get all the credit. Order now at greenoakms.com and make this Valentine's Day unforgettable. Green Oak, Jackson's floral expert since 1960.
When Second's making a play, Short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
Welcome to the Clay Edwards Show. More adrenaline.
You know, it's a pretty interesting time to be alive. What's the saying? May the times you live in be interesting. We've accomplished that.
And more testosterone for your morning drive.
But when you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal. And they don't care. And everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now. And I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a motherfucker.
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay.
Boom goes the dynamite. It's hour 2 of the most incendiary show on the RADIO. It's the Clay Edwards Show here live. 103.9 FM WYAB Reality Radio, coming across the 50,000 watt blowtorch here on a Tuesday morning in Central Mississippi and worldwide on the Mazda Jackson live stream and Stunning HD 4K, whatever you want to call it, at Save JXN on X, YouTube, and Rumble. If you're watching on the live stream, hit the like button, hit the share button, drop a comment, a thumbs up, a thumbs down. It all works good for me. Engagement is engagement. Your rage, hate, bait, listening pays just the same as the people who love it. So check us out there. If you want to watch on camera, you want to participate in the chat. I think there's about 100 people in there right now between the different platforms. So be sure to tune in there. Enjoy that. Always good to see the FAFO Army doing their thing there. All right. So men's health, women's wellness in Mississippi. Text Clay to 601-800-5130. Are you suffering, fellas? Are you suffering from decreased energy and focus, lack of muscle growth or strength advancements? You got low libido. You just don't feel like your sex drive just ain't there no more. What about bad mood, poor sleep? What about you're just having a hard time losing a little weight? All of those could be signs of low testosterone. You're just feeling meh. I'll get to it when I get to it. I don't feel like doing nothing. All those are signs of low testosterone. Text Clay to 601-800-5130. Schedule your free testosterone screening today at Men's Health in Mississippi. And thank me later. Your wife will thank me later, too. They'll be sending me Christmas cards. You'll be thinking we got something going on the side when all they're doing is just thanking me because you woke up and that libido woke up. That flagpole woke up. That morning wood got to attention. Shall I say more? Hell, just thank me later. Text Clay, 800-5130. Clay, Men's Health Mississippi. All right, Andrew Algosser, No Breaks. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing great. It was a great night last night. And
can you hear?
Nope, but it's all right. This live radio, we can flex on the fly. And last night we had small group. Got to watch a little bit of you talked about that promo. That was one of the best promos that I've seen in a long time. I don't have Netflix at home, but I do catch up on the YouTubes, and that one was definitely worth the watch.
I didn't watch to the very end. I just happened I honestly, I forgot it was on. I was outside working out and doing a few things, and I was I was wanting to see what the follow-up. I wanted to see who Roman Reigns picked for winning the Rumble, and I figured it was going to be CM Punk. It's a dream match, and I was like, that was much more appealing than him and Drew McIntyre.
Absolutely.
So I was like, that's why I was kind of tuning in, see what he did. And cause I don't watch the whole show anymore. I just can't. I don't care for all the flipping and flopping and, just all the ambiguously gay stuff and all that. It just ain't my thing. I don't like this comic book era
Nope.
that we're in right now, where everybody's like a comic book character and video gamers and just all that. Just not my thing. I think when Paul Reigns retire, I'm probably done with wrestling. They're like the last of the last.
Yep.
For me. And there's a few that are fun, but I figure over the next 5 years, I'm going to be done unless somebody steps up and fills that kind of real manlier role.
Yep.
That believable badass role. Because I don't like all these just stupid wrestling gimmicks.
I think it's gotten so political, where they can't just let the guys and the gals go out there and do the things that wrestling makes wrestling great.
Because all the wrestlers are liberals for the most part.
And there is no kayfabe in reality. And kayfabe, whether you like kayfabe or not, kayfabe really helped make those characters back in the late 80s, 90s, early 2000s so believable. And it's gone now. Now they've got their own exit accounts, their own Facebook accounts, and 1 minute Liv Morgan's out there looking like a complete baddie in the ring, and then the next minute she's sitting there drinking a latte, and you're like, this is incongruent. This just disconnects.
Well, they don't respect the business anymore. Used to the heels and the faces could never be seen together.
Yep.
Ever. You protected the business, and we're all not idiots. We know it's predetermined, but man, this just complete abolishment. And look, I get it. It's hard in the social media times. But this just complete abolishment of kayfabe. It's hard for me because you see all this stuff, and then the next minute they're walking out of the arena together, riding together, posting selfies and stuff. I'm like, y'all ever just going at it in the ring? I mean, just I don't. I mean, I'm old school, and I love watching all the behind the scenes stuff. I mean, I'm addicted to that stuff too. I love like the Unreal and all that, but also at the same time, I could do without it.
I have to say that my consumption of WWE is dropped down to about 2% of what it used to be.
Touche.
And if there's ever a good storyline that comes up, I'll definitely pop up and watch it. But really, I've moved on to other things in life. And it was great when I was in my 20s and 30s and hearing that old Monday Night Raw intro with the guitar and, going off the fireworks and everything. I mean, it's just not the event it used to be.
No, but like I said, I'll tune in for the PLEs or pay-per-views, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
And I enjoy, they do those well. AEW does them better.
I agree.
I'll watch those. I like, it's kind of funny. Both companies are kind of ran by big Trump supporting groups, but all the entertainers in those companies are a bunch of liberal nut jobs for the most part. Not all of them, but a big chunk of them are. So it's like this weird dichotomy there between them. But they usually keep the politics out of the storytelling. But man, the guy with their social medias, it's just like, it is so much to stomach.
Punk is the worst, man.
He is absolutely the worst. But it says a lot for his character, because even knowing his pro-trans stance, his anti-ICE stance, all these, anti-Trump stance, knowing all that, when he's on my screen, he can't miss TV.
He's CM Punk.
He's CM Punk.
Yep.
Because he does leave that out of the ring.
I think
unless he grabs one of the signs or something, one of the trans rights or humans rights nonsense signs.
AEW and WWE, who's the best talker on the mic?
It's CM Punk.
I disagree. I think it's MJF.
Oh, yeah, MJF. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't always liked his character. It depends on which version of that character we're getting. I did love his thing with Brody King last week where he said, you're the only liberal man I know that looks like a Nazi.
Yeah.
I was like, that was the great, because MJF, what's his name? Brody King, he is a beast of a man, but he is a liberal little cuck punk.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah.
I just really appreciated his work ever since that first event, All In, back in, what was it? Was it 2021 now?
All In?
Yeah,
like,
the first one. Where
it wasn't even, no, that was like 2017 or 2018.
Whatever it was. Yeah. And I saw that MJF, I was like, man, this guy's got something. And I don't tune into it regularly. We don't have cable at the house or anything, but some of his promos will start trending. I'm like, oh, what did MJF do this time? Click.
Yeah. No, MJF is strong. He really is. But MJF will keep me watching. But there's not too many more. Like the rest of the AEW locker room is going to have to step up and realize that wrestling ain't just in the ring.
Yep. And I would say
you got to have promos. You got to be able to tell a convincing story. Being able to do all your little flippity flops. And I hate those two-phase or whatever they call where they jump over the top rope onto.
The suicide swan bomb or whatever it's called.
Like that doesn't hurt nobody. What are we doing? Those things are stupid.
You're sitting there watching them. And they're making sure that they catch. What's scary is when they miss them and they just take that enormous bump.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I would say is out of all the wrestlers today, who could go back to that attitude era, ruthless aggression era, and actually perform? And obviously, you got your Punks, your Takers, and all of the granddaddies. But I think only MJF is the only wrestler right now. Maybe Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
maybe Cody Rhodes. But those two right there, that's it. I mean, I'm not truly.
Randy Orton still, but he's
an OG.
Yeah, he's from the era.
He's already in the club. People who weren't in that era, who could actually hold up their end and hold their own against a Stone Cold or a Rock or a Taker.
Oh, none of them. None of them except MJF and Punk.
Punk and we have Punk is that in the tail end there. Punk could. I put Punk in the OG.
Yeah.
I always, when he came back to WWE, I always wanted to come in the Rumble, and just have the shock and all, kind of like Edge did or something like that. But just wasn't meant to be, I guess.
Yeah. So I was trying to think if I could add anything to that before we shift gears here. Did you like Roman winning the Rumble?
I was indifferent. It was like his character is definitely over enough to do it. And I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to put that legacy because Roman's a lot newer than Punk. And Punk, say what you want. He's not the same physique anymore. He's still got the motor and he's still got the brain, but it's like being a pilot, knowing that you're getting up there in rank and we got couple more breaks to pull, make sure they're good ones, make sure they're tight. And I think it'll be a good match either way. And he gets his.
It's gonna be a great match. I mean, he can still go.
Yeah.
And I think what now with Cena retired, they have to convince you that Roman is now the new GOAT.
Yep.
So you can't be the GOAT unless you beat the other current GOATs.
And there's really no other real GOATs other than Punk left. I mean, in that older generation.
Well, because what Roman brought up on Pat McAfee's show, they've done a terrible job of building new stars.
I did see
terrible
some of that.
job of building new stars. Then he goes out and wins the Rumble. But I will say, I thought that some of the guys in that Rumble, what you can see is, and because I'm from the era, I like my wrestlers to be big, steroided up, big, like they passed the airport test.
Yep.
You see them walking through the airport, they're somebody. Like, what do? You're somebody. You ain't just you don't just like to work out. You're somebody. What do you do? The Obafemi guy.
Yep.
Big, huge black guy. Powerhouse Hobbs, who they brought over from AEW.
Just
Always
came
liked
over.
that guy. So you can see them moving to a bigger dude. Who's the guy that's in division with Braun Breaker and them? The other kind of bigger fat guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of the name, but I know who it is. It's his partner in crime.
Yeah, I like him. I tell you what, I did think of another guy who I think can make it in the OG era. LA Knight.
Yeah.
LA Knight can make it.
He's not the biggest dude, but man, when you get the gift of gab, man, it shows. You can't create that. It's just you either got it or you don't.
And he has the crowd organically likes him too.
Yep.
Now he's older. He's already 40 years old. He evolved late, but we talk about guys who came around late. A lot of people don't realize it. DDP was in his mid 50s during that run, that like his championship run, or late 40s, mid 50s, early 50s in that championship run when he was WCW champion during the peak of Monday Nitro. Like, people just don't realize how old he was because he's 70-ish now.
There was a special on YouTube where it said that he's wrestled in either 4 decades or 5 decades, and he came back to just do that one quick bump, just to do that. DDP is there's something to say about longevity,
Well, and he's got that DDP yoga.
Yep.
I was this close to getting him on this show, but his manager went and listened to it and said, "No, you're too political. He doesn't do any political stuff." I was like, "We're going to talk about yoga." I'm not going to talk about politics with him. I don't know what y'all think we're supposed to talk about for 2 hours a day on a talk radio show if we're not political. We can't talk about wrestling 2 hours a day. It's not a wrestling show. I guess I could, but I'd have to watch a lot more wrestling than I want to watch to do it. All right, that was your wrestling talk here for the year. We've met our quota. I was just kind of curious what Andrew thought about that. Because, I posted on Facebook yesterday. I said, man, the one thing I don't like about being in political talk is not that I don't like. I love doing this. But one of the catches to doing this is people think you're only supposed to talk about this. Now, maybe on the radio, I'll give you that. So I'm kind of breaking rules when necessary this morning. But like in my personal life, on my personal Facebook, if I want to talk about wrestling, cooking, music, concerts, whatever, I'm going to talk about whatever I want to talk about.
Yep.
There's always that one person, this ain't what I follow you for. Well, then hit the damn unfollow button.
Yeah.
Because it is not healthy to just be so obsessed with just one thing.
With all the political crap that's going on in the world right now, it's great to just disconnect for a few minutes, talk a little bit of wrestling, and then, reset, go at it. Because there's all sorts of craziness to talk about.
It is. And, that's why I always kind of, there's people who will rag on folks for going to the Ole Miss game, going to the state game and, keeping up with sports and stuff. And like, while the rest of us are out here in this culture war, y'all are enjoying your lives. Well, excuse the hell out of them for having a life to enjoy. Maybe they can do two things at once.
That's the key right there. You got to have that work-life balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe they can do two things at once. So enjoy yourselves. Don't feel like you got to only talk about this kind of stuff if you do this or if you do whatever. You can always pivot. You can always talk about whatever.
Yep.
Like I know people eat food every day. Yeah. Talk about food. I know you watch something on TV. That has been hard. TV's been tough. They have gone so woke. It's gotten tough to watch. But
like I said, I don't have cable at home. I can't tell you the last time I've actually turned the TV on and not gone to either Amazon Prime to watch a show or YouTube or Rumble in that order. I'd like to have it Rumble, Amazon, YouTube, but YouTube's just got so much content out there. Although the way they monetize and insert commercials now drives me nuts.
I just pay the $15 a month for the premium and don't have to watch the commercials. It's well worth the $15, $20, whatever I'm paying for it.
Yeah,
it's worth every penny to not have to watch the commercials. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back with Andrew Gosser, and we will get into some more serious stuff. I know what y'all tune in for. If you're still with us, we're going to have some good juicy political drama to sink your teeth into. And I just got an update on the Glacier Act from Senator McClendon. It has made it out of committee, but it could die in another committee today if we don't get on their butts and let them know we want it. We'll be right back.
.1039 WYAB.
Hey, business owners, want your phones to ring away? Get your name on the airwaves with the Clay Edwards Show today. Tell the town who you are while they're driving in their cars. If you want your business to grow, advertise on the Clay Edwards Show. Contact info at WYAB.com. Contact info at WYAB.com.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness in Mississippi. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repaired? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50 plus tequilas, 30 plus rums, and ready to drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon.
A new year means a new you with a new ride from Mazda of Jackson with our extended super sale. Chart your new course in a 2025 CX-5 before they're gone. Price to move with 0.9% financing for 72 months with approved credit. And see why it's the compact crossover that's built for you. Plus, get 1-year maintenance included on your new vehicle purchase. It's time to make the resolution to choose Mazda today. Shop online at MazdaJackson.com or visit Mazda Jackson on I-55 Frontage Road.
Hey guys, I have a secret for you. We notice. We notice when you're tired all the time. We notice when your drive is gone. We notice when you're just not feeling that into us. But here's the good news. It might not be your age. It might be your testosterone level. Hey y'all, I'm Morgan at Men's Health of Mississippi. We help men just like you. We specialize in giving you back your strength, your energy, stamina, and confidence. Don't settle for feeling less than your best. Call Men's Health of Mississippi today to find out what your testosterone level is. Trust me, we'll notice that too.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Serpent Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studio. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. We're live on OWYAB. Let's see here, guys. Cypress Point, right out there in Rankin County, having their big Mardi Gras masquerade ball this Friday night back in the back 40. Back in the lodge, the private lodge back there in the back where they have weddings and special events and whatnot. Gonna be a good time. You're looking for a good excuse to dress up, go to a masquerade ball, a big Mardi Gras ball. Well, you don't have to travel to do it. You can stay right here in Central Mississippi this Friday night, February 6th. Tickets available at cypresspointms.com. Check out their Facebook page if you need more information. You can buy a ticket for one, or you can buy a whole table if you need to. They got you covered either way. It's going to include your dinner, live entertainment, good times, good friends. I'm telling you, Kelly and Mo do a phenomenal job out there with them themed parties back there. I've been to 3 or 4 of them now, and just every time they're getting better and better and better at it. It ain't going to be overcrowded, so you're going to have elbow room. You're going to have elbow room and all that. It's going to be fun. And if you get bored up there when it's over, you can go down to Cameron's Garage and have a good time there. That's what we did New Year's Eve. Went up there for the New Year's Eve party, the private party. Then went down to Cameron's Garage and rocked out till, well, probably way too late. But I had a cabin there on site, so I didn't have to leave. Good times. Plan ahead. That's what I do.
Game plan. Mission planning is key.
Mission planning is key. When you don't, it's called a resort. I go out there, I stay, and I don't leave till the next day. Yeah. All right, that's Cypress Point. This Friday night, big Mardi Gras masquerade ball. You can buy your tickets there online at Cypress Point MS or Cypress Point Resort. Just, you know what, go to their Facebook page. I think I got the website address wrong off the top of my head there. I'll give it to you here in just a second. Let's take a call. I think we got Ready Teddy. Hey. Hey, Teddy, hang up and call right back. I don't know what causes that.
I get it too.
It's like if you answer too fast or some combination,
the static just blows up in your.
Let's try this one more time. Hey, you're on there.
Hey, that's a lot better, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know y'all finished talking about wrestling. Andrew, I'm very, very impressed with your wrestling knowledge, man. I got to give you that. I never saw that one coming from you.
Thank you.
So
So, yeah, I know he wasn't known as a good person, but my dad somehow or another became friends with Grizzly Smith, who was actually Jake the Snake Roberts' dad.
Wow.
And so I got to spend a lot of time as a kid in the dressing room and backstage at the Coliseum and stuff, with the Mid-South. Well, y'all were talking about kayfabe earlier. Well, when they were doing that Mid-South area, they'd go on tour, obviously, from city to city and city to city. Well, this is talking about kayfabe. This didn't make the news, but Steve Dr. Beth Williams was wrestling and Terry Bam Bam Gordy every night. Somehow or another, they wound up traveling together because they were actually really good friends. And there was a car on fire in between. They'd done a show like on Monroe, just for example, on a Friday night. And they had a show in Saturday night in Jackson. So after the show Friday night in Monroe, they were driving over and they saw a car on the side of the interstate engulfed in flames. And those two big jokers were able to pry the door open some kind of way. I guess because they were both 300 pounds and strong as oxes, and get the person out of the car. But because of kayfabe, that story never made it to any kind of news outlet or anything. They told the policeman, they told the firemen, they're like, look, this cannot make it out. But that was just a true story about those two guys that almost nobody knows about or has ever talked about. I can't find any video of it, but as a young kid, I remember hearing that firsthand from all the wrestlers in the locker room.
And where did it happen at?
What's that?
Where did it happen at?
Somewhere between Monroe and Jackson.
Nice. That reminds me a lot of the story. Now, different set of circumstances, and this did make the news, and it's what led to the WWF Vince McMahon steroid trial back there in the 90s. But it's when the Iron Sheik and Hacksaw Jim Duggan got pulled over together, and they found the steroids and weed and stuff in the car, and like, holy crap, why is this good guy and this bad guy riding together? They were just on TV together, against each other. And that was back, peak, WWE cartoon era, when with Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania era, I guess we would call it, late 80s. And it's kind of similar situation.
Hey, one more quick one. When I was bartending at Chili's in the late 90s, WCW came to town, and I was bartending at Chili's, and this huge guy walks in. He's 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", something like that. And then a slightly shorter guy, about 6'5", walked in, blonde hair, kind of like Sammy Hagar. And then a little bitty Hispanic dude walked in. It was
Brian Pillman, one of them.
The Wall was the big guy, the 6'9" guy. The guy Van Hammer was the other one. Oh, yeah. And the little one was Juventud Guerrero.
Oh, nice.
And Juventud Guerrero asked me in broken English. He said, you want to go to dock with us? And so I went to the dock with the Wall, Van Hammer, and Juventud Guerrero and had a blast.
That's good. That's a good
awesome.
time. Now was that when you were in your pre Teddy Now era? Your party phase?
I was bartending.
Your party phase? All right, good stuff there, man. I've met, we went up to Monday Night Raw in Memphis probably about 13, 14 years ago. It was the road to, whichever one, it was the road to WrestleMania 30. Because me and Kyle Bullitt, we were going to WrestleMania 30. So I got us some tickets for the WrestleMania, but the Raw in Memphis. And it ended up being the Yes Raw, where Daniel Bryan and all the people in the crowd ended up getting in the ring doing the Yes thing. They were all dressed in his shirts and stuff, looking like Daniel Bryan clones or whatever. Well, it was either before that or after that. We were at Coyote Ugly, and you remember Drew, what's his name? Drew McIntyre was part of that little group with Heath Slater.
Oh yeah,
and somebody else. They were just like three. There was a clown act.
3MB was that?
3MB or something like that. Well, Heath Slater and Drew were in Coyote Ugly, but we were like the only people in there. So it must have been before the show. We ended up doing some shots with them and stuff. So Drew was super, super nice. That's one of only like 2 or 3 professional wrestlers I've ever met. I just haven't met many wrestlers. Well, I got to interview and hang out with Ric Flair that day, but
that's cool.
Hey, I know you're 6'3". How tall is Drew McIntyre? I know they call him 6'5". Do you think he's 6'3" or so?
He stands a little more than eye to eye with me. So he's an inch or 2 taller than I am.
Okay, cool. All right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, brother.
Have a good one, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've met any other wrestlers. Of course, we got to interview Flair, and he's still a big guy. I mean, he's still got some muscle. Muscle memory's hell.
I'll tell you what, there's some big dudes out there. The best show I ever got to go to was at the Norfolk Coliseum when WCW got invaded by Raw that night.
Oh, yeah.
And the New Age Outlaws
when
came
you when you said the Scope, I figured that's where the Norfolk Coliseum.
Yeah,
I figured that's where you
man.
were. I figured you were going to say that.
My ex and I, we were big fans, and she loved going to go see Edge and Shawn Michaels and all that, and that Brock. And I was just like, hey, this is great. And we had a great time. It was a lot of fun.
Good stuff there. All right. When we come back, we're gonna talk some politics, some Epstein stuff, something or another. We'll be right back. This is the Clay Edwards Show with Andrew Gosser here on WYAB. Every now and then, man, you just got to take your foot off the gas a little bit, man, and just have a fun conversation.
That's what it is.
You really got to. Sometimes you just need to decompress a little bit. What they say, turn the temperature down in the room.
Yep.
We're turning the temperature down a little bit this morning. We'll be right back. Turn it up some.
.1039 WYAB.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB. Pocahontas, Jackson.
For over 15 years, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair to placement to radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, and AC water pumps, and more, A1 will get your vehicle back up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist.
Here at Lake and Glass and Tint, we've become well known for two things: window tint and windshields. Now, when it comes to window tint, you already know that we're the go-to for home, car, and office. And as always, we offer free consultations. So if you're in the need of window tint or windshields, give us a call, 601-946-1000. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram or at lakeandglassandtint.com. Lake and Glass and Tint, where quality matters.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
Your pool should be something you enjoy, not something you fight with. Hi, I'm Darren with Elite Pools. At Elite Pools, we do more than just service. We take care of everything your pool needs, from your routine maintenance to your full repairs, upgrades, and even complete transformations. If it needs a little attention or a fresh start, then Elite Pools can bring it back to life. Visit Elite Pools online at elitepoolsms.com. That's elitepoolsms.com. Or give us a call. At Elite Pools, we keep you swimming.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Are you craving a home-cooked meal without the hassle? Come over to McBee's Bar and Grill in Ridgeland for their Blue Plate lunch specials. Served up every weekday, at McBee's it's a different entree every day. Chicken spaghetti on Mondays, beef tip Tuesday, pork chop Wednesday, spaghetti Thursday, and catfish Fridays. And McBee's Blue Plate lunch comes with 2 classic southern sides and cornbread or a roll. McBee's specials are served every weekday from 11 to 2. McBee's, buzzing the res since 1982.
Get ready, Jackson. On Friday, February 6th, Martin's Restaurant downtown cranks it up with Pretty Tied Up, the ultimate Guns N' Roses tribute band. Hear all the classics like Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City, and more. Played loud with full 80s rock swagger. Don't miss a night of pure Guns N' Roses energy live at Martin's Restaurant downtown in Jackson. Visit the Martin's Downtown Facebook page for ticket information.
Burgers, blues, barbecue, the name says it all. At our spots in Madison, downtown Brandon, and Flowood at Dogwood, dive into mouth-watering, award-winning burgers and barbecue like our tender brisket and savory pulled pork that'll have you licking your fingers clean. Our B3 Catering Company can handle any job from 5 to 5,000 people, and with 2 food food trucks ready for all your special events. Check out the all-new burgersblues.com to view our full menu, order carryout, and delivery by locally owned Take a Break Deliveries.
Looking to make technology work for your business instead of the other way around? Visit brentech.ms today. From reliable network infrastructure and wireless internet to cloud or on-premise backups, Brentech has solutions that keep your business connected, secure, and running smoothly. Don't let tech headaches slow you down. Discover how Brentech can simplify and elevate your business at brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. Brentech, technology made easy.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studio. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show here with Andrew Gosser on WYAB. This segment brought to you by our friends over at, our good friends there at Shelter Insurance Agent, my buddy Jamie Creel. How about that fella right downstairs from us here? You need some insurance? Give him a shout. Especially if you're a business owner. If you're a business owner, let Jamie see what he can do for you and save you some money. I have one of my good buddies owns an electric company. Reach out to him after he was on the show the other day talking about how much he was able to save that trucking company. Now I don't know what they worked out or whatnot, if they were able to come to a deal, but I'd be shocked if they weren't. Let him see what he can do for you. If you're a business owner, every penny counts. If somebody can save you a couple $1,000s a month, man, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Even if you're not a business owner, you just got regular, you work for you just regular old Joe. You got your house, got your cars, got your side by side, your boat, whatever, insured. Holler at Jamie Creel, Shelter Insurance. Let him run your rate for you. Make sure you're paying. Make sure you're getting a good deal. It just helps keep your other insurance agent honest, if nothing else. Jamie Creel, Shelter Insurance Agent Extraordinaire. Home, life, auto, they get you covered across the board. Health, all of it. Renters out there. Do you have renters insurance? It is so inexpensive. So inexpensive. Less than $100 a year in some cases.
Yep.
Depending on what coverage you get. So reach out to them and get you some renters insurance too. Jamie Creel, Shelter Insurance Agent. All right, Andrew, I got a text here from Senator McClendon, who is working on that ICE bill.
That's awesome. The Glacier stuff.
The Glacier Act.
Yep.
Let's see here. He just texted me and says, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but he says, hey, the Glacier Act passed out of Judiciary B committee, but must pass out of the Appropriations Committee today. If you know a senator, please contact them to please help get this out of committee today. So if you reach out to your senators over there and let them know you want the Glacier Act passed, that is the act to help fund not ICE necessarily, but it helps fund reimburse our local sheriff's departments and police departments so they can assist ICE more with overtime, with equipment, with food, with hotels, with everything they got to do, with all the extra costs they incur while they're assisting ICE. So that's just, why wouldn't we do that?
Yep.
Why wouldn't we do that? Who doesn't love Mississippi? The Democrats down there are trying to stop it.
They are. And
I ain't just saying that legitimately. The Democrats are trying to keep this from coming out of committee. Now, once it comes out of committee, if it goes to the floor, it's passing.
It's just like the Sharia stuff that's got in committee too. But with the Glacier Act, that's Senate Bill 2329. And there is a awesome app. Clay, I think like as our listeners at WYB get more involved with the process and understanding, today's the mad rush day when all the bills either get out of committee or they die forever. But it's just called the ECM. You can, State Representative Fred Shanks gave it to me last night. And I found out not only is Fred's bill in there in the House side, but there's other good Sharia law bills that protect women from Sharia, bills that protect our Constitution from Sharia. So it's one of those things where, as we grow down this process, we'll get better with it. But there's an app out there. And not only that, but it gives you your elected officials. You can look up committees, Senate committees, state, so you can know. And, that's one of the big things I always try to tell people, Clay, is get to know your state rep before January. That's why I was saying back in July, hey, go have lunch with him. Oh, I don't like that guy. He's such a bad dude. Well, all of a sudden now you want him to vote a certain way and you don't even know him. He knows you because you sit there and pound him on Facebook all day, but you never build that relationship to where now there's an opportunity to get the Glacier Act through. And if the Glacier Act gets out of the Senate, it's going to make it through the House. There's no way that they're going to try to gum that up. So it's definitely a really good app. It's the ECP app, and it's really simple to use. I'll probably end up making like a home video on it and how to use it.
How do they find it?
Just go to the App Store or to whatever the Samsung version is and type in the ECP, and you can go ahead and
all you gotta do is just type in ECP and it'll come up.
Or ECM, I'm sorry.
ECM.
Yep. And
Okay.
it's got a red Mississippi with a star right over Jackson, and it's got the legislative roster. It talks about who built the app, and then it's got the elected officials and the bills. And for someone like me, you can find what you're looking for within three taps and one click.
Good deal. And Andrew, so look, man, the title of today's show was Epstein and Trump Derangement Syndrome is Destroying America.
True.
So I want to talk about this. So when a little off air yesterday, we were talking a little bit. I'm going to call you out a little bit here. So sorry to do this to you.
It's all right.
You seem really disappointed. And like you made a comment to me yesterday that you didn't like that Trump dropped the files on a Friday because you felt like it went into the weekend to die.
Yep.
And I disagree with you 100%.
Okay.
1,000% disagree with you. It's 3 million pages.
Correct.
You need a weekend to digest it and to find out what's there so you can talk about it. And B, we don't live in the traditional news cycle anymore. The whole Friday news dump your bad news on a Friday so you hope it goes away by Monday.
Mm-hmm.
We don't live in that. Trump don't live in that world. If there's anything bad in there about Trump, it's going to live to Monday, I can assure you. But we live in a 24-hour news cycle. The internet exists. Twitter, X, whatever exists. There's not the myth of the Friday news dump.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that it's a myth now.
I disagree with you on that, because while we do have X, we do have Facebook, we do have Rumble, YouTube out there, still the majority of Americans right now, unfortunately, get their news from the cable news and from the traditional media and the newspapers. And it's one of those things where if I've got something that I've got to put out, and this is coming from a political point of view. And so we may disagree.
And it still ruled the news cycle yesterday.
It ruled the news cycle, but not in the same way that it should have ruled. And again, that was part of my problem. The other part of my problem was, and I reached out to Chris Hinkle on this, is like, the FBI has had this for over 10 years. How come, you drop this and immediately, I'm not saying you have to have photos and perp walks. I know Brother Junk, he's like, he wants his pound of flesh. He wants the perp walk. He wants the pictures and everything. I'm not so much wanting that. I just feel our law system, our justice system is completely rotted out. You see it by all these judicial rulings where, Don Lemon can't even get indicted in Minnesota. They got to get him on a federal charge in LA and then cause a riot over there because these judges, they're ruling with their heart. They're not ruling by the U.S. Constitution and the rule of law. And it's got everything screwed up. So on that, good people can disagree on that. But if I've got something coming out, I would purposely wait. If we've made us wait over a year and a half, waiting 3 more days to drop it on a Monday or Tuesday, I just, in my opinion, would have done a lot more.
I'll say I just disagree because it's so much information. It wasn't sectioned off for people. You had to go and you had to do searches. You had to find the stuff. It was just like, here's 3 million documents.
AI is a beautiful tool.
Here's 3 million documents. I mean, it took a little while for people to go through it. Now we're finding out more and more. Every day we're finding out more and more and more and more and more. I go to bed and I have show notes about little highlights I want to speak about. Wake up because the guy's running through it. We're finding more and more and more and more. So I just think this is going to be a treasure trove of content for months to come here because it's so much that I don't know that it mattered if it came out on a Monday or if it came out on a Thursday or a Sunday or a Friday or any other thing. It's just, it's out, it's running the news cycle. People ran straight to what, search Trump's name. What did Trump do? And I don't know. I just think that it's all out there. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I think some people on the right are suffering from Epstein derangement syndrome, Epstein list derangement syndrome. And one of the things I'm really sick of hearing from people, because at this point, I feel like the people that have the Epstein list derangement syndrome are no better than the people who have Trump derangement syndrome on the left. They are just so ate up with this Epstein stuff that they hate Trump now because of the way this has been rolled out. And to them, if anybody out there is listening this morning, if you feel like I'm talking about you, I am talking about you. Feel free to call in and defend yourself for in the next 5 minutes, 601-879-0002. Let me just ask y'all this. Do you think you should have just voted for Kamala?
Yeah.
I'm curious. I mean, y'all are raising so much hell about this Epstein list. Do you think you would have got a single word of this released if Kamala Harris had won? I just, to that, I say this. You can't always get what you want. You got in a lot. I understand it not being this 1 through 100 list that everybody had worked up in their brains that it was. It was going to be like the Hollywood Madame's little black book. That's what y'all had in your minds. It was going to be released.
We were told that. Pam Bondi said she had it.
What her exact words were? Not, we don't have the black book.
No, but she did have the list. It was sitting on her desk and she was working through it. And that was over a year ago. Then she took all of the YouTube and social media influencers and gave them a binder.
An empty trapper keeper.
It was you could call it a trapper keeper, but it wasn't empty. It had all sorts of stuff in it with blacked out stuff that we already knew because we had seen that before. And I think you're right, though. We have to cage ourselves. And I'm not saying that I fall into this, but I do have to ground myself almost daily saying, look, if we didn't get President Trump, if we didn't have a Republican majority, this is going to fire people up. If we didn't have Michael Guest in the U.S. House of Representatives right now, and you had a liberal Democrat, things would be very different. So do I think we can improve? Absolutely. But at the same time, we still have to go ahead and hold people accountable. And
well, I'm not saying don't hold people accountable and don't expect more, don't want more, don't expect perp walks, don't, you got this, don't expect that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, be patient. We're a year in to this. Be patient. I expect stuff to happen. I expect that people that are accused of very, very bad things, like credibly accused of bad things, to be held accountable.
Well, Clinton and both Clintons are now going to go testify in front of Congress. That's the first thing. Now, here's the great news, Clay. All the Democrats who wanted the Epstein files released, now 200 of them are suing the Justice Department to retract the Epstein files from the public because they're saying that there's too much information out there. It's a perfect example of the political left just sitting there flip-flopping. They are aimless, but our country is in peril. If we do not sit there and clean this mess up, there are many civilizations, the Romans, the Incans, the Mayans, they all crashed and burned over not protecting their kids. And we've got to protect our kids from these pedos, man.
Well, we're turning into the left with this purity test on this Epstein stuff.
I agree that there's some people out there who have that Republican purity test.
And it's turning into a Republican purity test over this Epstein stuff, that if this isn't the most important thing to you, then you're a pedophile sympathizer. And if anybody ever calls me that to my face, it will be the last words that come out of your mouth to my face.
Yep.
I can assure you. So I want to make sure I'm real clear here. Anybody that touched a child in a sexual way, I hope you die and burn in hell. But I'm not going to sit here and demonize my president because you hadn't got all the information that Candace Owens or one of these other nut jobs told you was in this list.
We've gotten so many good things happening, whether it be with the judiciary, with the bill, with the one big beautiful bill, with the tax cuts that are coming, with the tariffs, right? We took all sorts of crap for that. I think what makes the Epstein files so different is, one, it's been in the American zeitgeist since the 2010s. We knew about this, and it's been slowly leaked out and shredded out. And look, Bill Clinton, he's about to die. I don't know. He looks like death warmed over. I'm not wishing hate on him or ill will, but these people, if we're going to get them to account, they need to be held to account in the justice system. I don't want Father Time to grab him, and then, although he's going to burn in hell internally, but that's neither here nor there. We want that here. And I think that's, so much of it. I can remember calling Cindy Hyde-Smith saying, hey, make sure we get Pam Bondi in there. Make sure we get Kash Patel in there, and telling, WYIB listeners and my circle of friends, hey, we got to do this. And when we don't see it, things happen.
We got to take our last break. We'll be right back on the Clay Edwards Show. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all sitting with us today. I hated that we waited to the last minute to get to that. I got a lot more I want to say, but always leave them wanting more, right? Got 2 more hours live radio tomorrow. I plan on picking up right where I left off. Andrew, you're welcome to join me tomorrow too if you like. Extending the invitation now. Thank y'all. Y'all be blessed. Have a great